Happy Hump Day. Oh, do we have a surprise today? You don't want to go anywhere, not anywhere, because we have a special guest, and you don't want to miss that. So before you get too excited, we'll be right back. Well, boy, usually, you would be seeing a previously video right now, a clip from a previous part of our show. But today, I wanted to announce we now have merch with our friends over at Flagrant Triggers. They have me and Squeaky kicking it on some really nice t-shirts here. So please, go check them out. We got Good at Maths, or Bad at Maths in this case, Beefcake and Cheesecake Tea. Just go check it out. We hope to get more stuff very soon, and we want to say thanks to Flagrant Triggers and all they do and the hard work that when they support the fellowship. So head on over to flagranttriggers.com/collection/the Nerdy Ronin, or you can just go to flagranttriggers.com and we'll be under collections with all the rest of the fine people in the fellowship. So back to our regularly scheduled program. Hey everybody, so here we are on Hump Day, and we're about to watch our friend Nogreenrocks talk about, what else? Movies. And before we do that, I want to say like and subscribe if you haven't already. We always appreciate you being here and enjoy you watching our content, and we're happy that you're here. In the description down below is a link to our merchandise page with Flagrant Triggers, as well as other things that we find great that we use, and we thought you might like them as well. And you'll also find links to No Green Triggers. No, sorry sir, No Green Rocks. My apologies, at No Green Rocks with the Legion of Memers. So you want to make sure you check out those things down below. But for now, let's take it away at No Green Rocks.
Hi, my name is Nogreenrocks, and I wanted to give a big shout out and thank you to the Nerdy Ronin for suggesting I do a video on my 5 top favorite movies of all time. Now, it's very difficult for me to whittle that down to 5 movies, but I hope you enjoy this, and make sure to put all of these movies on your watch list, because if you haven't seen them, man, you are missing out. So go watch them, enjoy them. Some of them you can watch with a family because they're definitely safe. Some of them are probably not safe for kids, but definitely good for teenagers and things like that. So feel free to like, comment, and subscribe to the Nerdy Ronin because this is the first movie review, I guess you could say, or movies review, I guess you could say, for me. So let me know if you like the content and put your comments, and make sure to smash that like and subscribe to the Nerdy Ronin for reaching out to creators and teaching us something new. So thanks again, the Nerdy Ronin, and enjoy the video. So my first and favorite on this list is actually a movie called Hook, made in 1991, starring Robin Williams, Dustin Hoffman, Julia Roberts, and a whole cast of other big names you probably still know. Now, I've watched this movie over and over and over and over again, and that is an understatement. It was one of my favorite movies since I was a child. I love the scene in the beginning when Peter fails to show up at the baseball game and he starts failing at his dad job, but he has business and work to take care of, and life has just gotten to him, so at that point he doesn't really care, but his wife kind of tells him to get his life together because the kids were growing up and he was missing all of it. When the kids got kidnapped, I was so scared. It was one of the most suspenseful scenes I saw as a kid that scared the bejesus out of me.
Maggie! The wind came up the door, closed on me, and the children were screaming. The children were screaming.
A little later on in the film, when you met the Lost Boys, and they had the food fight, which just cracked me up. I loved it, thinking about Neverland food and how it tasted and what it was, and then the whole food fight scene when they're kind of making fun of each other, and Robin Williams breaks out basically words that these kids have never even heard, and these kids go, "Oh!" To this day, I could watch this movie over and over and over again. And finally, at the end of the movie, when he gets home, and still has the childish, whimsical attitude, is just something I think everybody should watch. They should watch it with their kids, with their family. It's a great movie, just to have fun with. The swashbuckling parts of it, when he's fighting Hook, is just great. The choreography, Dustin Hoffman as Hook. I figured out Dustin Hoffman was Hook way later into my adult life, and that actually blew me away. So if you haven't seen this movie, put that in your list ASAP. Now, the second film I think you should see is a film that might not be made today. Actually, in no way would it be made today, but it was a film my father showed me and made me laugh my butt off. It's called Blazing Saddles, and for those of you who don't know, it's written by a comedic genius known as Mel Brooks, and it's basically one of the funniest films I've ever seen. And if you're into comedy and you're into laughs, and you think movies nowadays are not as good as they used to be, this is the film to go see. From the Camptown Ladies sing this song, doo-da, doo-da. I died every time that scene comes up. My brother and I actually start doing a little dance together, and it's really a lot of fun. And the comedic aspects of it and the satire it has on racism in general, I think it's very, very good. Gene Wilder was actually my favorite part of that film, because I used to watch him. We all saw him in Willy Wonka, and him playing that kind of character just blew me away. The antics that they get up to, honestly, it's almost cartoonish. It cracks me up. And then at the end of the film, they break into Hollywood, and it's just absolute chaos. You guys have to see this film. This is one of my favorite films of all time, especially if you're talking about a comedy. Oh my god. So go watch it. It may not be safe for everybody, but it's definitely one of those you got to put up there on your list. For my third film, I picked a movie called Battle Royale. I'm not sure if you guys have ever heard of it, but it is a Japanese film, which is the progenitor of every single Battle Royale film you've ever seen. It's definitely not for the faint of heart, and I wouldn't recommend watching it with children because it is extremely gory and extremely violent, but it is a great, great story, and I highly recommend, if you have not seen it, to put this on your most watched list, because at the end of the day, you cannot beat the original Battle Royale film. For my fourth film, I picked a movie called Treasure Planet. It is honestly one of the best CGI movies of its day, and I am very upset it didn't get more attention when it came out. The CGI in it is fantastic. It's basically a retelling of an old story called Treasure Island, and for those of you who don't know, they had a film that came out, I think, back in the 80s, if I'm not mistaken, called Treasure Island. It was an old Disney film they used to play on TV when I was a kid, and honestly, it is a great retelling of that story. Every time I watch it, I kind of feel like the main character, especially when he's zooming in on his little hover bike thing, whatever you call it. I enjoyed that movie a lot, and I've watched it many, many times. So this one is actually definitely made for children, so I definitely recommend watching it with your family because it is a great story, and I highly recommend it. So for my last and final film, it's
Return of the Jedi.
I'm sure you guys have all seen it. I'm not sure how many times you guys have seen it, but I guarantee you there are those of us who have watched it probably hundreds of times. I remember going to Blockbuster for hours and going up and down the aisles trying to find a movie, and at the end of the day we would pick Return of the Jedi, and my dad knew I was going to get that from the beginning, but he still spent time with me. It just gives me a lot of good memories, and the story is just fantastic. It was a great way to end the original trilogy with Luke Skywalker and Darth Vader. The sword play in it was great, and I love the film just because it's the end of that saga for me. And I hope if you guys haven't seen it that you guys go watch it ASAP. See if you can find the original, because that's my personal favorite one, without any of the newly added CGI or anything like that. I'm not sure if they still exist or if you can find it, but go check it out. It's a great film. And that's basically it. I hope you enjoyed my top 5 favorite movies of all time. Again, it was very hard to whittle it down to these 5 because I've watched a lot of movies over my life, and I've enjoyed the majority of them. So thank you again for watching. My name is Superman if you wasn't scared of green rocks, or No Green Rocks on Twitter, YouTube, and most other platforms. And a big shout out to the Nerdy Ronin for suggesting I make this video, because it's the first time I've done something like this, as I said in the beginning. And if you guys like it, let me know, because I've never really made a video like this. So thank you for watching, and have a good day.
Thanks so much at No Green Rocks. We appreciate all you and the Legion of Memers do, and we always enjoy visiting with you and hearing what you think about movies. We know you are the meme lord, but it's interesting to hear you discuss movies and what some of your favorites are. So we appreciate you coming by and doing that for us. As always, you guys, I hope you have a safe rest of your week after this wonderful hump day. And we'll be back on Friday to talk about, who knows, maybe a guest or an unboxing or movies or something. You never can tell here. So from Michael the microphone, Bob, squeaky chair back in the back, and this silly fat nerd, have a great rest of your week, and we'll see you on Friday.
Thank you.